Yay, the gardener is here and trimming everything. All that trash gone. The branches are cut. It's a happy day for my patio. Yay! The gardener came and cleaned out my whole section back here.
Next time you want to clean them, open them.
Okay.
Okay? You want to move? Or?
No, I do it.
Yep. Okay, bye.
Bye. Yay, so cool. He trimmed the branches here, which was like bothering me in my last planting with me video. And then all of the branches over here got cleared out and all the trash. So super excited. I'm going to rearrange my patio. And the patio is looking so clean. He blew everything out, which was like stressing me out because my plants were like doing this in the air. So hey everybody, this is Jewelyn and Abby. Welcome back to our channel and welcome to our home here in Santa Monica, California. Quick disclaimer before I jump into this video. If you hear any background noises like airplanes, cars, construction, I do apologize. I mentioned this a lot in my videos. I do live off of a very busy street in Santa Monica, so I can't help it. I'm sorry. And if I do wait to have it calm down a little bit, the sun's gonna set and this video won't get out, so I do apologize in advance. On a side note, what do you guys think about my hair? I just switched it up last night. Shout out to my bestie Jenny. I will put a link in the down bar below on all of her social medias. If you guys are interested in getting your hair done in Southern California, I highly recommend her. She's transformed my hair from pinks to corals and this, and I absolutely love it. And she takes good care of my extensions, so I wanted to go ahead and give her a quick shout out. Let me know in the comments below if you guys love my new hair color. It constantly switches every 3 months or so. I get bored really easily, but I haven't had these colors and tones in my hair before, and I love it. And it gives me a nice winter vibe. And I got a vintage pullover because it's chilly finally in Santa Monica as of yesterday. It's been really cold, but Thanksgiving weekend was super sunny and I was actually in a bikini on the beach, so that was really nice. So I wanted to go ahead and do something fun for my channel. It is the end of November, it's the holiday season, so I figured why not do a combo video where I suggest plants for a first time buyer if you're looking to buy a plant and add to your collection or maybe start one and not too sure what plants are good to get. And also remember now, it also depends on the zone you're in and your temperature and weather, because not every plant will do good in every environment. So as I pick the plants out randomly for this video, I'll try to pick out plants that'll do good in a variety of different zones. I do live by the beach, 3 miles from the beach, and it's fairly nice all year long here in California, so I am very lucky. All of my plants are thriving here, and I will choose the best plants I think that are great for first-time buyers looking to add a plant in their collection or maybe start one. Or it's the holiday season, maybe you might want to gift the plant. I highly suggest gifting a plant instead of giving flowers or anything like that, because a plant is a plant that keeps on giving, and I think that's awesome. You know, they can have the plant forever and ever and ever, and they last a while, and you never know, they can propagate it and pass it on. It's gonna be fun because I don't know who's gonna make the top 10, but number 1 is gonna go to my awesome snake plant. I named him Steve because I thought it'd be appropriate. He is super easy and low maintenance, and I will go ahead and try to pick low maintenance easy plants for this video. I don't mention him a lot in my videos, but he does appear in my patio tour, so go ahead, scroll through my videos if you want to see where he lives. He lives in the back corner over there, first thing you see when I open up my gate. Here he is. He's in an awesome tall heavy planter. Let me get him into the frame here. I love this plant, and you see it a lot in home decor. Super trendy plant to have, maybe tucked in a corner. Maybe I might add him in the mix to my plant gang in the next rotation. You see this a lot outside of buildings and restaurants because it's low maintenance, and I love it. I don't mind having him in this planter in the front entrance of my patio. And this is probably the biggest snake plant variation I do have in my whole collection. I have a few other snake plants, but this is my biggest one, and I probably picked him up for under $10 at Star Nursery in Las Vegas. So shout out to Star Nursery for having awesome sales. I will go ahead and lift this guy up. He's super heavy, but I think I paired him very well in a planter that I did score at TJ Maxx Home Goods in Las Vegas, and here he is in all of its glory. Let me know in the comments below if you have this plant and how do you style it. Is it in your home or outdoors. This plant works well both indoors and outdoors. Alright guys, number 2 is gonna go to my beautiful and most biggest monster in my collection. This is George, and I actually propagated a few babies off of him, which you see in my plant collection. But I wanted to go ahead and put the spotlight on him because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have all the other babies. This is such an easy plant to have. It grows wild in Hawaii. It's very low maintenance and it's always giving me a new leaf. Let's see what I have. Here's a new one right here that just unfurled, and looks like another one here. I mean, but this thing grows wild and huge. I'm gonna have to probably like pay a little bit more attention to him and straighten him up, but this is what he looks like. He's so huge and big. Like, look at him. He fills up the whole frame. But I highly suggest this plant. It does get huge. If you can find one smaller than this, great. But I think this is just a nice big focal piece if you're looking for one nice plant in the corner. And this thing grows really tall and it vines up. But it gets crazy if you don't take care of it. But mine is growing wild, and actually when I bought it in Las Vegas, it was on sale for like $12 because it looked horrible. It looked like it was like dead and everywhere and growing wild, and I felt really bad for it, so I wanted to go ahead and rescue it. So if you can pick up one of these guys for under $20, that is definitely a steal. Mine's cost $13, and again, I did make a lot of babies off of this main guy, George. So shout out to you, George, for being awesome. You're always giving me new leaves. This lives on the side of my pink wicker chair. You check out my plant tour. But I highly suggest this plant because it's low maintenance and it just keeps on giving. Like, look at this thing. Let me see if I can lift it up for you guys. It's in a regular planter that it did come in from the plant nursery because this plant needs a lot of water. You want to make sure when you do water it, let the water drain out of the planter, and you know you're good to go. And I do that once a week for sure, and lots of misting. So very tropical plant. Here's George. Oh my god. And I love him. So I highly recommend this plant. Super easy. It's so fun, like looking through my whole collection at plants and seeing who's gonna make the cut. So number 3 is gonna go to my jade plants. I have tons. It's probably my most amount of succulents I have in variations. Jade do grow wild in my front yard. I will go ahead and take a quick break from the top 10 videos after I share my jade here. I'll take you guys outside to my front yard so you can see what it looks like growing wild here in California. The ones in my front yard are blooming, which I think is pretty cool because I didn't know they give blooms because none of mine's in my collection that I did purchase have any blooms. So I'm gonna share with you guys my first jade that I got, which is super huge. And I picked this up from, I think, Moon Nursery in Las Vegas a year ago. At the time, I thought $40 was really cheap for this plant, but now that I know it grows wild in my front yard, I would never purchase a plant for $35, $40. But I absolutely love this thing. This is the biggest jade I have in my collection, and this is super easy to take care of. I have this actually in the restaurant in Las Vegas, styling in our countertops and throughout the restaurant. Super easy plant and low maintenance. Just do not be like me and leave this in direct sunlight. I accidentally had put this plant by a south-facing window in Las Vegas earlier this year, and I didn't think the sun was strong enough, but it actually sunburned my jade, and I'm really sad because it's slowly recovering from sunburn. You can see it's a little brown on the tips, but it's looking good from 1 year in my care. I absolutely love having the jade plant, and super easy to propagate as well. So number 3 is gonna go to jade, and I will go ahead and do a quick break and show you guys what the jades look like in my front. Guys, quick break from the video here. So this is my huge jade tree in the front of my yard. Like, look at how huge it is. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera so you guys can see exactly how huge it is. So here it is, super big, huh? It's definitely way taller than me. I'm gonna go ahead and come close so you guys can see the blooms. Look at how pretty that is. I love it. It's so adorable. It almost looks like little cherry blossoms, but it is in full bloom and it's super huge, and I definitely recommend getting a jade plant. I mean, I'm imagining my big jade plant this big. after a while, but definitely an easy plant to grow. Here is the second jade tree, which is by the driveway of my house. As you can see, it is super huge, taller than me, and again, there's tons and tons and tons of blooms happening, which I think is super cool. I've propagated a lot from all of the fallouts and super easy plant. So definitely number 3 is gonna have to go to jade. 4 is gonna go to one of my peperomias. I have tons in my collection. There's one hanging out in the back getting some sun, which normally is on my coffee table. If you can get any peperomia, don't skip out, buy one. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna share the biggest one I have in my collection. This guy over here actually was featured in my bathroom plant tour collection. It's doubled its size since I did film that video. I love this plant. Super easy plant to take care of. Hardier leaves, so definitely not finicky. And it gives me new leaves constantly. Like, take a look at this. A new leaf right here and a new leaf right there. So cute. I do mist this twice a week. Water it twice a week. I definitely put it in a drainage type of planter, and that's pretty much it. It grows in any environment, I want to say. So if you have it in a shaded patio or indoors by natural lighting, by a window, you shouldn't have any problems. But I think this is a good plant to have in any zone that you do live in, because it's low maintenance, and definitely think that it won't give you any troubles like my other plants, which maybe we'll discuss in another video who gives me a lot of drama in my collection. But this one is awesome, giving me tons of new leaves. Highly recommend the Peperomia. Love them all. Through this video, one plant at a time. Number 5, are you guys ready for this? Super excited to have this one in this video. Is my beautiful and thriving spider plant. So take a look at this point of view as I talk about it. So originally when I got it, guys, at Star Nursery, it was a little baby. Got it on sale for $3. Didn't look that amazing, but you know what? I was really enthusiastic about the plant, and since then, this is probably my most fast-growing plant, I think, in my whole collection. Now, super cool thing about this, super easy to propagate. You can go ahead and pull it apart, make more babies, and look at this. All new growth. This never existed when I bought the plant. Take a look at the babies. Like, look at that. It's abundant in growth, and I love the fact how it cascades like a spider in all directions of this plant. So it's super cool to have. Like, I have it on my wicker stand here at the front entrance of my patio. Great focal piece type of plant, and it's just so fun. This is probably my most characteristic type of plant. Tons of character and lots of new growth. So super easy. I don't think this would have a super hard time growing in any zone. Highly recommend this plant. I will go ahead and do a separate video pulling him apart and making more babies. So quick thing about the planter that I want to talk about, which looks like this, white of course. Super cute planter, but it doesn't have a drainage hole. So if you do come across a planter that you like that doesn't have a drainage hole, it's okay. You can go ahead and put the whole plant in here with its original planter from the nursery in here, and when you want to go ahead and water it, you can take it out and water it separately, let the water drain, put it back in, or just be cautious when you do water it so that it doesn't get root rot. I'm gonna go ahead and do a separate video taking this bad boy apart and propagating him because I have so much separation to do, but I kind of like its fullness, and it's just like a really rad plant. So thumbs up the video if you guys do have this awesome spider plant in your collection. Definitely a fun plant to have, and probably one of my favorites. Number 6. I love this plant. I love all of them. This is a really cute dainty plant. It is my Asparagus Fern. Such a zen type of plant. I love this thing. I actually got it for my fairy garden that I was trying to put together earlier this year, but I just kind of like it being just singled out in one planter because it's such a great focal piece, and it's currently living on my plant shelf. If you do watch my videos, you already seen this guy. I love it. It probably cost me $3, and it's doubled its size. I love the vibe of this plant. Super calm type vibes to it. It just makes me want to like meditate or something when I look at this plant. And I have it in a planter with no drainage hole. So for this plant, I do go easy on the water and misting 3 times a week. Super fun plant to have. You can have it indoors or outdoors, but definitely not in direct sunlight. And a very low maintenance plant. I highly recommend getting an Asparagus Fern in your collection if you can find one. And I think this really just kind of evens out the vibes going on my shelf. And you know what, another thing that I do like is the top point of view of the plant. Like, look at how cool that is. Super fun plant to have, and you know, great for small spaces. Like, say for instance, if you want to maybe put this in the bathroom, a coffee table, in a small corner, small little shelf, this is a great plant to have. Very excited to see who I chose for number 7. It is one of my rubber plants. I do talk about my big burgundy rubber plant a lot in my videos, so I'm not gonna spotlight that plant in this video. I'm gonna give it to somebody else, which I think is adorable. I have a few rubber plants in my collection. Super easy plant to grow and take care of. Definitely never had a problem with any of my rubber plants. This one is probably one of my favorites in my rubber collection because it's variegated. So as you can see, there is a little tinge of pink on here, and it's on the daintier side. I picked this one up at Trader Joe's in Las Vegas for probably around $6 to $8. The planter is really cute, and let me see where the front part of the planter is. Here it is. So it does have a drainage tray on the bottom, which is very important for the rubber plant because it does need drainage when you do water it. And this, guys, I scored from Goodwill thrift shopping in Las Vegas for probably $1.50, and I got another one like this for my other rubber plant. You never know where you're gonna find planters, so go thrift. You guys know I love thrifting. I love TJ Maxx Home Goods. Definitely keep an eye out for planters, and I think it pairs well with this plant. But kind of excited to see what it's gonna look like in a few months. A slow grower compared to my burgundy rubber plant, but nonetheless it still gives me new leaves. I see a little growth here happening. So kind of excited to see what the plant is gonna look like in a few months. I highly recommend a rubber plant. I don't think it's gonna give anybody problems no matter what zone you're in. I think this is a very easy and safe choice. Number 8 is gonna go to my Philodendron, the biggest one in my collection, the most wildest and craziest grower I think of all of my collection. Originally, it was living and displayed in my bathroom. It does appear in my bathroom planter collection. Since then, it has moved, and now it's living outside on a vintage wicker stand next to my pink wicker chair. Here is my crazy plant. It is overgrown. Like, take a look at this. So huge. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this as I talk about it. Like, look at this, tons and tons and tons of growth. It's so long, and I actually propagated and made a baby. You guys see it on my plant shelfie video, but I definitely love this thing. Easy to grow, easy to propagate. I don't think you'll have any problems with this plant no matter what zone you're in. But I would want to say, if you do get this plant, find a tall window sill or even a hanging basket to put this thing in, and I think it'll be a nice focal piece by a window. I don't have anything hanging on my ceilings, so it does live outside, and I just kind of have it draping along my fence of my patio. Let me know if you guys do have a Philodendron in your collection and how do you style it, but definitely an easy grower and super easy to propagate. So I love this plant, and also it just kind of gives a different vibes, and I love cascading type of leaves. So shout out to you, Philodendron, for being so easy to grow. I'm going to wrap up the video with 2 plants that are currently living in my bathroom. I wanted to spotlight them because they were definitely drama free to me this year and super easy to grow. I think this would work well in any zone that you're in or any part of the world that you're in. So shout out to my dragon tree. Isn't it adorable? First of all, this plant gets super tall. Mine is fun size like me, and just like look at its hair. It's like growing a cute afro. I love it. Planter is adorable. I wish I had more of these. Very mod, minimalistic type of planter. The thing that I don't like about it is that it doesn't have a drainage hole, so I do water very sparingly, 2 to 3 times a week, so it doesn't get root rot. And I missed it as well. This is living on the bottom part of my bathroom. It will be featured when I do an updated plant tour video, which I will film. I think in the next video that I do film, I'm gonna go ahead and do that because it is my most viewed video on my channel currently right now. So let me know in the comments below if you do have a dragon tree. How tall is it and where is it living? Definitely a very easy, low maintenance type of plant. It's just super fun too. I think it has a lot of pizzazz and definitely fun to look at. These guys get super huge, and you can find them as well in the nursery like this small. I think it's an adorable plant to have. It'll live in this planter for a while. Definitely recommend this plant, and if you guys do have one, let me know in the comments below. We made it to number 10, guys. So excited to share this plant, and if I could just recommend one plant, super easy plant that you should not be able to kill ever is going to be my beautiful and cute Zizi plant. Slow grower, low maintenance, don't need a lot of light. It's been featured in my bathroom plant tour collection. I don't think it grew since then. I don't see any new leaves, but hey, maybe it did give me a leaf or two. But you can't tell if it's growing or not on you. So I highly recommend this plant if you could just choose one plant that you want to be safe with when purchasing a plant. The Zizi plant is the best plant to start with because it's such a low maintenance plant and you don't need a lot of sunlight for this. So a lot of people ask, Jewelyn, what plant can I get? I don't have any light in my bathroom, any light in my house. I have a dark corner. This is the plant you want to get. Super easy, low maintenance, don't need a lot of light, easy water. Is going to wrap up my 10 recommended plants that I suggest somebody purchasing if you're looking to add a new plant to your collection, new to plants, or maybe you're gifting somebody a plant for the holidays and they may not be a plant enthusiast. And I think these plants work well in any zone and environment in the world and probably readily available, hopefully, wherever you are. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know in the comments below if you have any of these plants, and also let me know in the comments below if you see any other plants that you would like me to talk about in my collection. I will definitely do more plant videos in the future, but I do miss you guys so much. Haven't been filming a lot because my new schedule has just been draining the life out of me and I haven't been able to have the energy to film anything when I get off of work. But here I am with my new hair, feeling myself, and I'm gonna go ahead and head to the Pilates studio, which I know I say a lot. If you guys love watching my plant videos, thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel. You can find more on my blog at ILOVEJEWELYN.blogspot.com. Happy holidays, and December is right around the corner, so we'll see what type of videos I will be sharing in the near future. But definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Until next time, aloha, bye!